Well, I am very lucky because I get to live my dream every day. And the funny thing is, when I first got the first tape of rap music that I ever got from my friend Tom Erdely in elementary school, I'll just look at that tape. On that tape, it was Houdini, Dougie Fresh, Slick Rick, Dana Dane, LL Cool J, Run DMC, and a couple others, Curtis Blow. And I'll identify two of them. So Dana Dane is a friend of mine. And that was amazing because on the first tape that I ever got, this is a guy that I was listening to when I was like 10 years old. And now I'm friends with him. And he's babysat my daughter. He's helped me a lot on business. I try to help him. He helps me with Unique Access. Dana Dane's the reason, most recently, I got to interview Special Ed for Unique Access Entertainment. And I try to help Dana whenever I can, and he's definitely done that for me. And to go back to this tape that I was listening to as a 10-year-old kid, hearing Nightmares by Dana Dane, and like now I'm friends with him, is just astonishing. He's met my mom. You know, it's just crazy stuff. And then LL Cool J was also on that with I Need a Beat. And I do a lot of writing for Rock the Bells. And I've talked to LL and interviewed LL and spent time with LL over the years. And I think LL is the best rapper of all time. And I don't even think it's really close compared to anybody. And the fact that my friends even say stuff to me like, man, LL shouts you out on Twitter, or LL like promotes your articles. Or when I interview LL, like he's asking, oh, how's your family? You know, I know you got a daughter, da 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 da. It's like, man, again, when I was a little kid listening to this first tape, two of the guys that are on that tape, you know, not only know me, but with Dana, I'm actually really friends with, and we go do stuff and spend time together and work together. And similarly with LL, like we quote unquote work together because I work for Rock the Bells and write stuff for the site, and they do an amazing job at rockthebells.com. But then beyond that, LL is like promoting my work for his site and promotes stuff that I do in general. And that just blows me away. But the thing is, I've had literally hundreds of examples of that type of thing. Like when I did the history of gangster rap, Exhibit wrote the foreword for the book for me. So that was amazing. And then RBX did the voiceover for the commercial. So it was just like, man, you know, I've had the good fortune of these guys that I admire, that I look up to, actually work with me, and it's just amazing. And I'm so fortunate and so blessed. Like, I remember one time I was with Ice Cube and he was driving me around like we were in, you know, the Valley in LA, and I gave him a copy of my first book, The History of Rap and Hip Hop, and he told me that his son, which I assume was O'Shea Jr. at the time, because he has more than one son, but he was like, yeah, my son loves your book, man. He keeps talking to me about it and how great it is. So I'm like, wait a minute. Ice Cube's son is reading my book and Ice Cube's son is talking to Ice Cube about my book, The History of Rap and Hip Hop? That's amazing. And like, and another story, like I wrote and produced for VH1 Ultimate Albums episode on Eminem's The Marshall Mathers LP. And when I did that, the first time I actually met LL and interviewed him in person, I told him that I had written and produced that and done the interviews and all that. And he was like, wait a minute, you wrote that? And he like, I had a notebook at the time. He grabbed my notebook and he wrote his cell phone number down and LL Cool J and all this. And he was like, yo, man, you special, man. Like, keep in touch with me. And it really was him. And I talked to him for a couple of years through that. And it's just crazy. I've had so many of those things to where when I was a little kid, I never would have dreamt it. And Schoolie D's my favorite. So I think LL's the best and Schoolie D's my favorite. And Schoolie D, for the history of gangster rap, my book, he gave me a piece of art that had never been published, he had never used, and that's in my book, The History of Gangster Rap. And for me, first hearing his music again early on in the game and getting to meet him and be friends with him, and like I've been to his house a few times in Philly, like to have him not only give me an interview for the book, The History of Gangster Rap, but then to give me a piece of his art for the book, The History of Gangster Rap, to give me a drop and promote the book for me, it's just crazy that, man, this is my favorite rapper of all time. And LL Cool J is the rapper I think is the best of all time. And they both not only know me, but have actually promoted my stuff and worked with me and helped me. And, you know, it's crazy. It's just crazy. And I'm so grateful and blessed and fortunate to be able to do that. And again, I want to just keep growing and developing and expanding and doing that to where, you know, I'm writing major motion pictures and writing and producing like I did for VH1, doing more and more of that and doing more books. I just want to keep doing more and bigger stuff, and knock on wood, I'm working toward that.